My name is Joel Alexander Dean, and I am a software engineer at Automattic. So it was an app I created about 7 years ago. That was what put me on the tech scene. It was an app that allows your phones to detect potholes when your car falls into them.
So that is quite applicable in a Jamaican
In a Jamaican setting. So it was a very interesting platform, and it went on to win a competition called Digital Jam 2.0 that was put on by the Jamaican government and the World Bank. So I studied at Northern Caribbean University. I got interested in software engineering because my father was always fixing things. So he'd be fixing radios and TVs and then computers. So while he would be fixing these things, I would go into his workshop and I would learn about fixing them, which basically led to me wanting to write the software that run on these machines. So while in high school, I started to do well at IT. I studied computer studies, and once CXC was done, the next step was to study computer science, to become a software engineer, to follow my passion and love for it.
So this is something you discovered from earlier, from your teenage years?
Yes, I would say yes. I just always wanted to do something in the field of technology just because of that early exposure and my fascination, with gadgets. Most people who study software engineering, who study programming, the dream companies is a set of companies they call FANG. So FANG is Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So during my studies, I was very pumped about working at Google and being a software engineer in Silicon Valley, and just the environment there, because that's the place that breeds technology. So I've always had a fascination with working at a really large tech company. Well, coming out of university, I didn't jump directly into one of those large companies. I started off at smaller companies. So my first role was at Northern Caribbean University. So I worked at my school for a while as a software engineer, working on their learning management platform. And then I went to the US market and started working remotely for US companies. It was a very interesting experience, trust me. Working remotely is a very interesting phenomenon in these times, because when you work remotely, you work from home. You don't get to see your co-workers, you have to manage your own time, you are being judged by your performance, and you can't just walk into someone's office. You have to ensure that you're communicating well. So it was a very interesting experience, but it's something I have enjoyed over the years because it allows me to really gain valuable experience from US companies while remaining in Jamaica. I'm not the only Jamaican at WordPress, I'm the third Jamaican at WordPress.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Welcome to the family.
So there's another software engineer and there's a happiness engineer.
Okay.
So
Happiness
yes.
engineer, okay.
So a happiness engineer is a person who helps to make the users happy, supports the users with all the issues that they have.
Okay.
So it started where I wanted to work at a truly amazing distributed company. So I wanted to work at a company that has a great culture and a company that's making big impact. And most importantly, a company that believes in free speech and just the ability for people to be able to say and share what they want in an open and respectful manner. So that's the main thing that drew me to Automattic, the owner of WordPress.com, because I realized that their company culture and the way how they go about things basically envisioned all the things that I would want to do and the type of environment I wanted to be in. It was just an interesting experience that took me away from that constant, that trajectory of a university student where I'm just doing assignments and submitting them and doing exams, and placed me on a different path where I understood that my skill set can allow me to really add value to companies, and then I could get value for my life in exchange.